Project 3, Lab 1. Open Blender. It's on my desktop. I just double click it. Perfect. Click. And make sure that that's selected by right clicking on it and click X. Delete it. I'm going to go ahead and change views right away instead of waiting. And I'm going to go ortho view and then top view. Next, I want to make sure that I've got my properties box open over here. And we're going down to find where it says background images. Click there. Click on that and add, open. And remember, wherever you saved your resources, whether it was in a C drive or a D drive, in your 3D modeling folder, this is where I saved mine. If you don't have your resources, you need to go back to the orientation folder in the table of contents and get your resources downloaded. There's a video in there that shows you how to do it. And your opening creature background. Okay, so in the video, it tells you then to size it, and our window looks totally different. It says to type 8. Well, this right here, this little box is the size. And so what you're going to do is, I've already gone in and figured it out. You're going to size it until it says about 16, and you can tell by cross-referencing with the video and counting the grid lines that when you get to 16, you've got the same grid lines as in the video. From this axis right here, this x-axis, you'd go up 1, 2, 3, 4 to the top of the head and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half for the leg. So that is how I was able to figure out how to size it to 16. Okay, next she says to make sure your cursor is on the left edge of the chest. It already is. You can add it a couple of ways. You can add a cube going to the add button at the bottom over top of your page and click mesh cube. Or remember, over here you have this create button that allows you to go in and create a cube from here. And I thought you could right click, but maybe you can't. Cube. Okay, it's there. And she says to slide it, you just grab the arrows to slide it, but look, it was already perfectly in place. So I'm just going to hit Control Z and put it right back where it was. All right, next you're going to change to edit mode from object mode. So here's edit mode. If you don't have these modes, then you need to uninstall and reinstall your Blender, get the 64-bit version, the big version, the one that they automatically have you download. It's working fine on my computer. I'm even making videos and it's working fine. Edit mode, right? And then it says to go to the add menu under tools. So you're gonna have to take that and slide that down. So you just look for those arrows, slide it down. There you go. Of course, you could always use this scroll bar here to do the same thing. And it says subdivide. All right, and if you hit the A as an Apple key, then you'll notice that the box has been subdivided. You can see it cut into 4 separate pieces. So the next thing we're going to do is delete the 2 boxes here on the left. You're going to use box select. So to do that, hit the B as in box on your keyboard. And you get these interesting lines. And we're going to just click and drag over the boxes that we want to select. Let go, and voila. The 2 boxes are in yellow, and it's actually selected their vertices. So we've selected the vertices, and now we can hit the X, which is delete, and we're going to delete the vertices. Okay, so it took took me a couple of times to do it. I'm not sure if that's because I was making a video, but I had to hit my B button a couple of times and go over it before it actually stuck, but that might just be because I'm making a video. So if you run into an issue, just do it a couple of more times. Persistence worked for me. All right, so now we should be able to pan around and see what has been deleted. Very cool. I'm going to go back to my top view now. Okay, so now we're going to extrude or add boxes on to these two boxes, and it will all be the same object, so that when you go to add materials, it's not like you have to go and add materials to these two boxes separately from these two boxes. So that's what's cool about extrusion. You will hit your B for box select and grab a hold of the vertices over here, which would be on the left side of the character. We see it on the right, but if you were the character, this would be your left side, right? If your character's looking back at you. And go ahead and over here where it says extrude region. All right. Whoa, look at what just happened. My cursor is just automatically attached to it. To let it go, of course, I'm just going to, I'm going to click, I'm just going to click. There we go. Okay. Okay, I hit Control Z because now that I know that as soon as I hit extrude, my mouse is going to be in control of extruding it, I want to start over. So I'm going to hit extrude region, and this time carefully, I'm going to bring my mouse over to that first grid line and then click. There. All right, hit A to deselect. There you go. Perfect. We're going to change the size of the boxes. You want to make sure that the 3D manipulator is on, so click that and make sure you have your tools here. And make sure that the transform manipulator is selected. Hit your B button for box selection and select the vertices at the bottom. And then you can just grab a hold of this arrow and slide them down. How cool. Okay, we're gonna make another extrusion, and if you hover over here, you see that the shortcut to extrude the region is E. So rather than hitting that button over there, you can just say E, and then it will slide right down for you. And click to release it. Okay, and then you're going to extrude the rest of the leg, and so you have to click A because right now you have too many vertices selected. So A, and now B, because I want to box select the two vertices that are connected to the leg, and then I can hit E to extrude, and she wants us to go down to, it looks like about here in the actual picture. I know in the video that she shows it's a little different, but if you're looking at this picture, and I'm going to just click here and show you, see in the content how they have it divided up. This top part of the leg is a little longer, and then the foot. So I'm just eyeballing it. It actually went down about 2. The grid looks a little different. The arm's gonna have a longer part and then 3 little stubs here. So we're just eyeballing it because she kind of doesn't really specifically give us the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So I'm going to hit E again, and I'm going to extrude the rest of the foot, and then I'm going to hit A to deselect, hit B so I can box select the 2 vertices over here, E to extrude, and remember that part's a little longer, so I'm going to go to about there. I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't really matter. Hit E again to extrude 1, E, 2, E, 3. So there we go. Maybe not perfect, but it's good enough. If you want to go back and redo it, you just hit Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, E. Maybe I'll go out a little longer this time. E, E, E. Okay. This is a good place to just go ahead and save. So this is our lab 1. So just resaving it. I'm going to just make sure that that did save right. Okay. Yep, it did. So if it looks something like that, that's great. That's the end of lab 1.